A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Warm welcome to our Masters, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. Today, I would like to share a short accepted Master's speech, gathering together in one place, walking hand in hand. Some people accumulated abundant provisions in their past lives. In this life, whatever they do turns out successfully. Though they may not be performing many good deeds now, they still enjoy blessings. For these are the merits they cultivated in previous lives. There is no need to compare with others. Instead, we should diligently advance ourselves without delay, free from afflictions, at peace and at ease. This is the greatest blessing. Cherish the causes and conditions together with all bodhisattvas in one place. Encourage one another and walk hand in hand on the bodhisattva path, accepted by Sister Ho Sin Ching from Singapore. 感恩 to Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May Saha land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. 感恩. Now let us together pray for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our board masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Ching by making 3 sincere vows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved abode masters who could join us today. Okay, today we have 3 sharers. Today Brother Joe is not available, so Sister Ching will stand in. And next we have Sister Jessica who will be sharing on GAEE. Everyone can be a part of it. And followed by Brother Victor Jieh and Sister Janet Yao. Okay, so now let us invite Sister Ching for the weekly summary. Cảm ơn.
Sister
Ching, over
Lily.
to you.
Sister Lily, can you all hear me?
Yes, can.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll share my slides right now. Okay, 2 weeks ago, because last week was Chinese New Year, we had Brother Joe. Brother Joe recalled this day of hearts and ties we share, while New Year joy fills homes with laughter, light, and care. Though weeks pass by in silence, paths still meet, for Dharma calls all wandering minds and feet. The Sutra of Infinite Meaning turns our course from learning into guide, from seeking truth to teaching it with strength and pride. First virtues rise, the mission standing clear and bright. Then preaching shows the road that leads from night to night. Hold on now. Awaken ones. Hold on. Awakened ones still hold faint traces of self. Yet not complete, still reaching past the mental shelf. Great love still knows a me that softly clings. No self's white sky is where true freedom springs. When days are hard and hearts feel lost between each bend, selfless deeds make joy arrive without a send. Like any study, we grow through realms unknown, then see, returning wiser, students of truth will always be. And then we had Sister Henry from Singapore, and she said, once commissioned, Sister Henry saw her calling clear and bright, to speak for all lives with courage, gentle in her light. She knew silent hearts would never start to grow. Seeds of kindness needed voices soft and slow. 4 zones in Singapore began their plans a year before the fair, with unity and teamwork guiding every care, inviting hands to join a cause sincere and wise, till 38 said yes and helped compassion rise. $71,000 raised through effort kind, each meal a chance to choose a gentler state of mind. A cool, clear heart, the teaching quietly expressed, in grateful bites where all of life is softly blessed. And lastly, we had Brother P.S., who spoke about Master Yin Shun's book, The Ordinary Life. Like fallen leaf, Master Yin Shun drifted, where waters flow. Through turns and stillness, learning what we still do not know. He felt that causes weave the patterns we call fate, yet saw that depths too vast for minds to calculate. Born into turmoil, shaped by hardship, loss, and change, Master Yin Shun searched through creeds and thoughts across boundless range. No mystic sign, but hardships revealed a truer way. So vows were taken, firm yet quiet, day by day. He read the canons, grounding insight in the source. Proclaim no doctrine sprang from his invented cause. For wisdom joined with care must guide what we express, and self grows light when freed from clutches of selfishness. He shunned all praise, no throne or title did he claim, preferring truth in life instead of fleeting fame. His path remains a way that anyone may try. The question lives in our own time, how shall we apply? Okay, Kanan for listening. I will stop share and hand over to Sister Effie to introduce our next speaker. Over to you, Sister Effie.
Good morning, and Sister Ching, for the wonderful summary of previous week's sharing from the sharers here. Let us now, today we have Sister Wang Ching to replace Brother Joe for the earlier opening of this platform. She will be sharing, before she share the insights from this guiding reader pertaining to transforming bearers with love. She will do a short opening about Brother Tino Chu, the first seed of Zimbabwe, the opening. And let us know, I think she's a regular sharer here in this platform, so everyone knows her. Let us now pass the platform to her now. Sister Sushi, the platform is yours.
Good morning, Sister Effie. Let me share. Sorry, because this is last minute sudden thought to do think the in memory of Brother Tino. Think earlier on this platform. Oh yeah, sorry. Opening. Dear Master, Abba Masters, brothers and sisters, Ka'an for this opportunity to share. Earlier on, we have done a short session from Kaohsiung Online Book Study on Brother Tino's story. And we know on 25th of February recently, Brother Tino passed away. Let us do a short memory of what Brother Tino has done. Our first seat at Zimbabwe. Truly, he's truly a great bodhisattva. We know it's truly not easy to replace, get back this big bodhisattva. When Zimbabwe, if you remember, there was this is a landlocked country that faced economic collapse once and the hyperinflation, one of the worst in the world. At one point, 100 trillion, we're talking about trillion Zimbabwe dollar bill can only buy 3 eggs. That was the very bad time, the extreme climate condition that was has been prolonged. It caused the severe water scarcity, crop failure, and many livelihood crisis. So we are very grateful because of back then, Brother Tino, in 1994, he moved his garment factory from Taiwan to South Africa. He encountered a lot of issues then because of the political transition and social turmoil in South Africa. He moved to Zimbabwe, which was more stable then. But in 8 months, we heard his factory was robbed 4 times, each time almost emptied. But when he came across a Buddhist phrase, giving transform karmic obstacle and his opportunity to join Tzu, that's where he was so inspired and he started to do more. So there were a few projects, especially this giving back through water, digging the well, because we know that we heard how difficult it is for the people at Zimbabwe to get water. People often, they also will lose their life. Not only the water was so dirty, during the interview with Tai, we also see how Brother Tino teared because he could not bear. He said the water was so dirty. When he looked at the quality of the water that people have to walk miles and miles to get, it was so black and so dirty, so he could not bear. That's why they have this project to repair the well, not only repairing the well, but also to dig the well. So all these years he has been doing that. Of course, the food station is another one that he and the team has done. And Master has also expressed the deepest gratitude to Brother Tino. Maybe before we look at the short video in memory of Brother Tino. Let us hear from Master. This one is before that, 2024, during the wisdom, life wisdom. Master gave this, there was this clipping.
内心啊，迄、个感恩，也感觉到很不可思议呀、看看他度遐多人，带遐多人，互遮个人啊，伫一世人的生命捌道理，互一世人的人生有清清的水好啉，互因呢有机会去经禅。去开门啦，这都是咱要安怎用什么方法甲伊讲吼？来，更多人来，这吼才是真功德，做求真干的菩萨。
And Master, really, these are the true merits, the 真功德, the true merits creating bodhisattvas in the world. Okay, let us look at this video. This is in Chinese. I will do a live translation. Buddhists believe in law of transmigration. He told his mother, he told his wife that if he passed away, he don't want to go back to Taiwan. He want life after life be in Zimbabwe. He hopes that in future he also can accompany the Zimbabwe people to transform their life in their country. This place is where he stayed, his home in future. They will have the second Jieh Hall in Africa. Zimbabwe will have the Jieh Hall, the second after South Africa. So this is the place where he also make vow to continue staying there. So in the process, actually, he passed away on 25th, but during the time, the day before, he was still caring for the African people. I think they were like in the process of digging well. Then he was feeling unwell, went back. Just now the video, the picture you saw is the wife lah. They talk about 1994. He was in South Africa to start his factory. Then after that, because of the crisis, he went to stay in Zimbabwe. Then later, when he saw the Da'ai station, he get to know Tzu Chi and started on the food distribution. He said the place is very dirty. They get water from very dirty place. So he looked at the bucket. Everything is very dirty. He said it's very dirty water. He said during this time he cannot bear because he cannot bear to see how people are so suffering, have to drink for the dirty water. So he decided to start this project to find the water. So they went from places to places to find this well. So they found this well digger. That's their ambition to find clean water, to get clean water for the Zimbabwe people. So actually on the day before his passing, he as usual, he will bring the people to do the food distribution as well as well digging. In fact, they were doing this food distribution for 800 people. They were like, actually, he has already dug more. I think the team 4,000 something, they are going to reach the 5,000 soon. But it happened before, but he passed away before that. He is like this earthly treasury bodhisattva. He may vow to come back again to help the people in Africa. Okay, and we are so trust, all of us are so inspired by this great vow of Brother Tino, and we trust that he will be back to the world of Tzu Chi soon. Okay, that's the short in memory of Brother Tino. Let us now look at the other PPT from Kaohsiung Online Book Study. Okay. This one is by Sister Lin Ming Lin from Taiwan, Transforming Barriers with Love. It was presented by her this year on 14th of January. The Footprints of the Tathagata Winter Volume, 8 November to 8 October to 14 October 2024. Okay, let's see. Okay, what Sister Minglian has done. She said, a writer once asked Master Chen Yan during a visit, Master, where do you think the problems of today's society lie? Master replied,缺爱症 in Chinese, love deficiency syndrome. The root of many social problems today is that too many people are suffering from lack of love. Those afflicted with this love deficiency are not necessarily unloved. Rather, they do not feel that they are loved. They may be in a situation where there are a lot of love, but it's just that they themselves feel that they are not loved. It's their own internal feeling. They do not feel that. They constantly crave love from others, yet do not know how to love others, seeking for love rather than knowing how to give back, or even how to love themselves. The problem is not only don't know how to love others, they are also not able to give love to themselves. In this state of imbalance, they end up hurting others and harming oneself. Therefore, people must learn how to love in a correct and healthy way for society to become harmonious. GAEE television has a simple yet highly symbolic logo. Its topography integrates text and imaginary within the Chinese character for I, love. A red heart and the infinity symbol, infinity, are ingeniously embedded, and the English word love is blended into the Chinese form. This symbolizes the borderless love and care that Tzu Foundation seeks to convey. Love is not merely an emotion. It is strength, healing, and transformation. Heart signifies that love arises from Sing, the Chinese heart, Sing, signifies that love arises from this heart, from the heart. Sing, acceptance, means mutual acceptance. The Chinese word, the second one actually it means mutual acceptance. The third one actually it means becoming good friends and wholesome companions. Selfless love brings hatreds to an end. It will end the hatreds and return the heart to peace and creates a vast wholesome karma. Tzu Indonesia is the best testament to this. Let us watch a documentary that reviews how Tzu volunteers in Indonesia has transformed obstacles with love. Okay, let me see if I can make this video bigger.
1993年是慈济在印尼的起点。刘素美和一群同样来自台湾的妇女们看见贫病，想要帮助。
Maybe I will translate to English. Looking back 30 years, Tzu Indonesia executive Liu Sumei, together with a group of elderly women, could not bear to see local residents suffer from poverty and illness. Thus, they embarked on a path of charity. Today, there are 18 branch liaison offices across Indonesia, enabling timely assistance whenever disasters strike. In 1993, Tzu journeys in Indonesia began. Liu Sumei and a group of women from Taiwan saw poverty and illness and wished to help, so they took their first step forward. 1995, collaborating with the Ministry of Health, they provided medical care and medicine in villages with the most severe tuberculosis outbreaks. 1,183 patients received uninterrupted treatments for 6 months until recovery. In 1998, when riots erupted following the financial crisis, Master instructed that only love can dissolve hatred and heals wound. Within 3 months, over 100,000 sets of daily necessities were distributed in improvised communities. In military and police personnel maintaining order also each received a bag of rice filled with love. Everything began with wholesome intention, using love to resolve difficulties and even to transform prejudice. Okay, let us continue to enjoy this video. We will see how Tzu is from one to innumerable. Today, of course, Master often quote Indonesia as a good role model where they have accomplished they have replicated whatever Tzu has in the 4 missions, including of course, they have their own Tai, and those who follow Indonesia's story would know that they are also going to have their own Tzu University. So we look forward to have this about the whole package. Hospital, of course, the Jing Hall, the school, they are going to have their second school. Okay, if not mistaken, they already completed the second school this year, and the next one will be the university. I think they had their groundbreaking. That's the this one supposed to be the present for master, the 60 years anniversary. So the second private school as well as the Tzu Public University, Tzu University, okay. Okay, got. So let's look at this transforming Indonesia. In 2003, Tzu distributed rice from Taiwan. The Nurul Iman Islamic Boarding School in Bogor received 50 tons of rice every month. Every month, Elder Habib Shakaf was deeply grateful, and crossing religious boundaries allowed volunteers to enter the school to care for students and to help build teaching facilities. Seeds of goodness were nourished by great love, revealing their power when disasters strike. To date, Indonesia has built more than 6,000 homes. The number keep increasing, okay, because we know that there are always a lot of disasters in Indonesia, and each time the Tzu volunteers will pledge homes, rebuilding of homes for the displaced disasters survivors. In 2012, Jakarta Jing Hall was inaugurated, finally giving the volunteers a home of their own. Charity, culture, education, and healthcare, the 4 missions gradually took shape, taking root in communities and giving back to society. Indonesian's President Joko Widodo stated, the hospital has 576 beds and equipped with very advanced medical equipment. We hope everyone can stay healthy, and if they fall ill, they won't need to go abroad for treatment. Okay, yeah, we know that often our Indonesian families, they would travel to other countries, neighboring countries like Singapore or Malaysia for treatment. So the president was so impressed and also very happy and announced that. So, okay, yeah, let's see. Okay, sorry, let me try okay. So before that, let us look back at the milestone that they have achieved. Of course, we heard that after 30 years, they have the 18 branch liaison officers. So in recent years, it has further collaborated with the Indonesian Ulama Council, enabling them to even greater achievement. Walking with goodness, they continue to strike forward. We are very grateful because this Thai television, they have preserved all this history as a living testament. The major milestone followed 2002, Jakarta floods 1,700 households in Hongsi River Da'ai, they were relocated to this Hongxi River Da'ai village. 2004, South Asian tsunami. Over 2,000 households were relocated to Aceh Da'ai village. 2006, Yogyakarta Poverty Elevation Project. 1,041 Da'ai houses were constructed. 2010, West Sumatra earthquake, reconstruction of Padang First National High School. 2018, Palu earthquake and soil. We heard the stories from I think Brother Su Cheng. He's shared before the mud came down. 2,000 households in Ta'ai village. They built 2,000 Ta'ai village homes. To date, Tzi Indonesia has built more than 6,000 homes for displaced disaster survivor. In 2012, the Jakarta Jingso Hall was inaugurated, finally giving the volunteers a place, a home of their own. So, okay, Ken. So, okay, next, let us watch this video of the Hongxi River incident. So, too many videos in one. Maybe we make it bigger, then everyone can enjoy this video. Let's have a look.
被垃圾占据河面的这条河是由雅加达黑色心脏
This is the Hongxi River.
大约1万多人住在河岸两旁，居民把垃圾往河里丢，废弃物淤积水道。除了
Okay,
造成
maybe
环
I
境
do
脏乱，
a translation. This is from the Tzi documentary Discovery Transformation, the story of Indonesia Hongxi River. This river is surface choked with garbage. It is known as Jakarta Black Heart. More than 10,000 people live along its bank. Residents dump trash into the river, clogging waterway and causing pollutions and the spread of disease. The village by the Hongxi River suffered flooding whenever it rains. No, I'm sure we are not surprised because of the garbage, the amount of garbage that people throw. Okay, let us look at this another video on these riots.
惶恐的面容，忧虑仇恨的谜。那是1998年的5月。
Yes, it's a flashback of Indonesian back then. The faces filled with fear and anxiety about a future of hatred. That was in May 1998. We are walking through the history of Indonesian about why all these causes and conditions, why all this happens. So this is the one at the beginning we remember the transformation of Indonesian. It takes place because alongside of the Four Noble the fourth truth the 苦集灭道 suffering, we will see one by one. So the suffering, the accumulation of all these. So the second, the accumulations of all these sufferings. Racial segregations, and there's this video, the wide gap between the rich and the poor. Let us also watch this video. Sorry, because original video in such a shape. That's why.
知道为什么会这样动荡啊？为什么会这样的乱象？那就是因为呢，当地人太穷了。那华人呢，很富有啊，用当地的劳工啊，赚的那么多钱呐。可是都是呢，在为富有的人在付出。
Okay, 感恩商人 for the 开始啊。Okay, a crisis can become a turning point. Although disaster plunge people into hell, like suffering, the emergence of bodhisattvas in the human world brings rescue and even transformation of life itself. What belief ignites these bodhisattvas to give selflessly and without regret? It is the Dharma and the guidance of virtuous teacher. So in this documentary, we saw that the faces filled with fear and anxiety about the future about a future of hatred, which was May 1998. We saw the video just now, right? What were the causes of this suffering? During 350 years of Dutch ruling, I think those who studied heard about the history, we know that this place was colonized by Dutch. Policies of racial segregations deeply entrenched tensions between the local Indonesians and the ethnic Chinese, coupled with long-standing economic inequality, the gap widened. So resentment is accumulated. So just now, that's why we heard Masters sharing now how to cease this suffering. Let me see if there's a video. Okay, never mind. Okay, so just now, I think we heard from Master to understand why there was such a turmoil and chaos. It was because local people were extremely poor, while ethnic Chinese were wealthy. Using local labor, they earned substantial profit. Yet the improvised locals were forever the one giving and sacrifice for the wealthy. Of course, the poor will think like that. I am sacrificing for the ethnic Chinese, the wealthy. By understanding the causes of suffering and fundamentally eliminating them, we can move from gloom to light. Look at Indonesia today. Crossing religious and ethnic divides, social structures were transformed. And within just a decade, the four missions, the charity, medicine, education, and humanistic culture were firmly established. Master, that's the path. Master integrates the Dharma into daily life, teaching us that every situation we encounter is the manifestation of causes and conditions. To reverse adversity, we must identify the causes that give rise to sufferings and fundamentally eliminate them. Only then can we move from darkness to light. So we can see this suffering revealed through the Hongxi River and the ethnic Chinese riots, which reflected Indonesia's painful realities at that time. Such remarkable execution stems from Master's clear guidance and solutions. Master's disciples, with faith and practice united in heart and effort, paving the path with love, regardless of ethnicity or religion, treating everyone equally. Through emergency relief, medical care, education, and cultural outreach, they use respect, 感恩尊重爱 gratitude, respect, and love to resolve historical grievances. Beneficiaries became helpers, creating a virtuous cycle that brings genuine peace to society. A small act of kindness can give rise to great love. So let us return to the initial aspiration, remain diligent and steadfast, and let love continues. By inheriting the Dharma lineage of transforming obstacle with love, promoting the teaching and Jingzi lineage and benefiting society, we move forward. With this, Kan En for listening, and I pass back the platform to Sister Effie. Kan En.
Yeah, and to Sister Wang Xiuqing for the wonderful sharing about this transformation of Indonesia in the early days with love crossing all barriers, right? So before that, we have this in memory of Brother Dino Chua. So it simplifies like water. Water is life and renewal, because Brother Chu is opening those wells in Zimbabwe. I think 4,400 wells were created to benefit the masses and the people in Zimbabwe. So it signifies life and renewal. And Sister Xiuqing brought us further to Angker River, Indonesia, where again yet another transformation of Indonesia from the origin of clearing and this Angker River and how it transformed Indonesia to what it is today, one of the biggest having one of the biggest Jieh hall, Jieh hall in the world, and also have the 4 mission in place, the only Jieh chapter, yeah, if you understand. So all this starts from with the causes and condition that present and are able to, with love, can transform barriers, yeah? And just like in Zimbabwe and Indonesia. So like what Master says, these are the more we give, the love within us, it can nourish and benefit more people. So now Indonesia already stabilized with all eliminating the hatred and inequality among people. And what next? Now we see the changing weather, the climate change so fast that it brought a lot of disaster. So everyone of us, like Master says, can be part of it to reduce or slow down this impact of this climate change. So we have our next speaker, the Sister Ching, for the opening, and we have the next speaker, Cheryl Jessica, who will share with us about this green action. Everyone can be an ambassador to this green action experiential journey in exhibition now in Jieh Hall now. We invite Sister Jessica to present her sharing. Gaan.
And Sister Effie. Good morning, everyone. Okay, just let me share my screen for a while. Hey, good morning, everyone. So I'll be sharing about our Green Action Experiential Exhibition that is currently running in Jieh Hall. So let me just share a video.
说起了舒适环保，今年是慈济在马来西亚推动环保届满30周年了。雪隆地区有40位志工专程返台，透过视讯连线的方式，带着上人走访在雪隆地区的静思堂，看看他们如何把一座社区道场化身为大型的环保展示空间。
每个月一次的环保日是每个。
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot that this video is in Mandarin. Let me just summarize. So basically, I won't play the whole video. Okay. Basically, we had the affinity to went to Hualien went to Taiwan. Actually, this was in Taipei. So went to Taiwan to share with Master about Green Action Experiential Exhibition. Yeah, so it's actually the exhibition is actually in conjunction of our 30th anniversary, environmental protection being 30th anniversary in Malaysia. So we had an affinity to go back to share with Master. And the reason being actually is because both Masters visited the exhibition in November, and they really liked it. And within 2 weeks, they managed to arrange a session for us to share back in Taiwan with Master about the exhibition. So we actually did a tour, like a live tour with Master of the entire exhibition. Okay, so just want to share a little bit. So a lot of people, they enjoy the exhibition, and they're very impressed with how Tzu is managed to come up with the entire exhibition. So let me just share a little bit that it's actually really from scratch. It's not like something that came out of the blue. So basically, for the entire year of 2025, we started in March. The entire idea and a team brainstorming with the CEO team. Yeah, and then in April, we started delegating to each community. If you see the exhibition, we have each exhibit. We have about 10 exhibits. So each exhibit is being delegated to each community to come up with it. So when we give them the basic idea of each exhibit, they actually go back and discuss with their team. and form their own team, and then they come back to us in May to for the confirmation, and also back and forth of the finalizing of the plan. And then in June and to August, it's production, and of course the accumulation of the items required as well. July to September is the tour guides training and publicity. At this period of time, it was really a very challenging period because we don't have the exhibit physically, and but we have to actually train tour guides to be able to promote the exhibition when it's ready. So we have to really use a very imaginary method. Okay, so we had the launch in August, 24th August, and then only in September we started receiving tour groups. So this is the basic timeline of GAEE. So these are the 10 exhibits that we see at the exhibition. Okay, I won't go in detail here, but basically the entire exhibition we started with the cause. Yeah, we want to let people know that we are actually the cause of what the world is facing right now, the climate change. Yeah, okay. So and then the effect, we want them to the participants to be able to feel and really understand what is happening to the earth. So there's the imbalances of the four elements. Yeah. And then the climate clock will actually tell them that time is running out, so we have to start taking action. So usually in Chinese we say 方法要比困难多. So we have to give the solution. There has to be more solution than the problem, right? So we have more dharmas, yeah, more solution than the problem. Yeah. Okay. So there's 3 different exhibit that shows that. And then lastly, the action, what participants can actually do in reflection of their real life, not just in the exhibition. Yeah. Okay, so I'll briefly share a few of the exhibits that myself has a few I'm actually very honored, and I feel very honored and fortunate to be able to be a part of the team. Yeah. So we didn't while everyone else see what is on the outside, I was able to be a part of the entire process from the beginning. So I would consider myself is very, very fortunate because in the entire process, I managed to hear a lot of very touching stories, which I think is really worth sharing. And it's Dharma along the way. Yeah. So as we all can see, the whale is really very astonishing. It's very impressive. It's big, and really everyone, we actually do have the public being attracted by the whale, and they actually walk into Jing Tang not knowing what is happening, and they just want to come and see what is that, and what is actually happening in Jing Tang. So this big whale didn't come easy, let me say. We need a lot of all these detergent bottles, as you can see, and there's about 2,000 of them, and each and everyone is everyone's effort. Yeah, everyone they have to very dedicatedly remove the sticker from the detergent bottle to make sure that the whale look as astonishing as it is. Yeah. Okay. So the process is not easy for sure. And in between they're involved, like as you can see here, there's a lot of Lao Pusa, like the elderlies who actually helped. There is actually one sister who she injured her baby finger long ago, and it's not movable. In the process of this cleaning of the stickers, she had to use various methods because we wanted a fast method, right? So some actually use hair dryer, some use hot water, you know, different ways to actually try to remove the sticker faster. So she used this hair dryer, and then apparently it has like some ion function, and she's not aware. And after a few days of sitting there doing nothing else but removing stickers, she realized she could move her finger, like it's magically able to move it. Yeah, so as the title of my sharing says, everyone can be a part of it. Even my helper was a part of removing the stickers. So there was this one day when I brought her to Jing Tang. Just from far away, she could see that that whale was a part of her effort, you know. She was so excited. Okay, the next exhibit I would like to share about is actually this bottomless pit of desire. It's a tunnel. So building a tunnel from scratch is never easy. Okay. So very, very impressively, this entire tunnel is 100% from recyclables. Okay. So as you can see here, there is this frame, the heart-shaped frame. Even this frame, the steel ingredient is actually from waste, because one of the sister, her factory, one of her client, actually, it's this metal is actually a mistake. They made a mistake, and the client says it's okay. They don't want that material anymore. And what this team did is they actually cut up the metals frame, and they joined it back. As you can see from this picture, it's like small pieces joined back together to create the heart shape. So it's really impressive how they really use the, you know, the waste, yeah, to make something that from impossible to possible. Yeah. Okay. And this bottles here as well. Okay. There is 10,000 bottles, almost 10,000 actually. So at the beginning stage, when they were collecting the bottles, I was actually one of them who really wanted to help them, because it's a lot of effort, right? 10,000 bottles is not easy. And definitely we need the help of every Shui Long's recycling center to collect. And when they were giving me the specifications of what type of bottles to collect, they were saying that they only want the mineral water bottle and the 500 ml one. And I was actually quite shocked, and I'm like, you need 10,000 and you are so specific in your requirement. It's not going to be possible. I was being the one that is trying to 捣乱 you know. So I was telling them that maybe you want to enlarge your requirement, and so that you'll be able to find the bottles as soon as possible. But they're like, no, they were very persistent. They want to make sure that it's the same type of bottle. So I was like, okay, I'll try, but I don't think we should need to have a plan B. Okay. So they have two reasons of being very persistent of this requirement. Okay. As you can see, the heart shape is from small to big. Yeah. So the size of the tunnels from small to big. So the reason number one of the persistent is because they insist that the bottle has to be the same size to be able to show the tunnel exactly from small to big. And then I actually gave the reason. I was like, actually, if you use the small bottle from the beginning, then from the bigger bottle at the end, it will show that the tunnel is from small to big even more, you know. But then they were like, they were like, no lah, you don't kacau lah. Okay, so basically that was their very first reason. Okay, the second reason was really what touched me very, very much, because they were telling me that there was a lot of lao pusa involved in this process, and they really want to take care of the lao pusa, and only the mineral water bottles are softer. The other type, the gas drinks one and the other type of bottles, they are harder. So it's more difficult to cut and to wash, you know, along the process. So I was really touched when I hear this, because it was completely not in my idea that it was completely not in my consideration that this was one of the point. So I feel that the team, they really make sure that everyone can be involved and everyone can do it comfortably and be a part of this process. So yeah, so we persist and we made it. Okay, so another tunnel that we have in the exhibition is the imbalances of four elements. And this tunnel, the wood here, of course, they are not freshly chopped, don't worry. It's actually a part of the tree trunk that is useless to company that's called Green. This wood is actually specifically planted just to make furniture, and it's they call it the eco wood because the growth is fast and it's the growth is fast and there's no wastage basically. So this is the top part of the tree. Okay, basically for commercial furniture, they can't use the top part because it's softer and it's not as lasting as the lower part of the tree. So this top part, we use it, they actually donate to us to use this, to make this tunnel. So of course, it seems easy, right? So we actually have this first couple on the left. We actually had them to come and do this tunnel because they're actually a furniture factory owners, yeah. So we thought simple woodwork, right? But they have never actually processed wood in the manner of they call it sutong, which is like it's like a circle. It's like a usually for furniture is plywood, yeah. But this is like a trunk. So this tree trunk is actually a challenge for them. But they also managed to do it. Yeah, just the two of them and the entire family, their kids as well. Unfortunately, I can't find a picture of their kids. So as a coordinator of the entire GAE, one of the many coordinators, yeah, I see them, the entire family, almost every weekend, like in August. They were there to actually do the setup. Yeah, so very, very dedicated couple and family. Yeah, so as you can see in the picture in the center as well, children and everyone can be a part of this exhibition. Yeah, that's my daughter, by the way, and she likes drawing, so she managed to find her spot. Yeah, and I love to share this picture on the right because I think only in Tzu Chi you can find people carrying wood, smiling so happily. I think there's nowhere else in this world where you can find people smiling like that, doing labor work, yeah, and especially Lao Pusa some more. Okay, this is the other exhibit that is one of the many favorites, the 10-finger formula. Okay, so let me just share this video. Okay, basically you have to do the sorting by the machine and the earth will rise by itself. A beautiful earth will rise. As you can see at the beginning, is actually a landfill. Yeah, landfill with lots of garbage and everything. So once you do the sorting in this partitions here, and then the landfill will open up and the earth, the beautiful earth will rise. Yeah. Okay, so I will not share so much. You have to actually go on site to experience it yourself to be able to be impressed by this machine. But what really impressed me by this machine also is that this machine is 100% made by repurposed and recycled items. So as you can see from here that you actually need a machine. Yeah, otherwise it will not be able to move up, right? So I think there is two engines inside of this exhibit. Both the engines are actually from recycled item. It's actually recycled from, if I'm not mistaken, a washing machine. And when we were setting this up, I remember very clearly being one of the troublemaker again. Yeah, reminding them that we have many people that will come to our exhibition, and on a daily basis we probably have to the machine probably has to go up and down, like probably and on an average at least 20 to 30 times a day. So maybe on like the launch day or like events where they have a lot of participants, visitors, we probably will go up to 50 to 100. So they were like, oh, okay. So my question to them is whether the repurposed machine can actually accommodate this volume. And of course they say, yeah, no problem. But when we went on the site visit and we figured out that the noise is too loud and then it's too slow, it's not fast enough and things like that, various issues. And the team, having said that, they actually, even after our feedback, they didn't give up. They didn't actually go and buy a new machine. They actually fixed the existing machine with other replacement parts that are also recycled. How impressive is that? It's like they actually open up the machine to replace like some parts that are plastic in there with metal ones, you know. So, and then they fix it. So we actually, of course, these are done by engineers. So they are actually a team of engineers that is inside this group of production team. So it was really, really very impressive because when I heard it, I was like, jaw drop, like literally. So this entire machine is actually 100% made out of not 100, I would say 90 maybe. Like some of the metal, like this metal frame is actually new, but the rest of it, like even all these handcraft, they are all made of recycled items. So this is also another exhibit that really touched me by their dedication and effort of really trying to show how recycled and repurposed item can actually made it to international standards. Okay, this is another very impressive exhibit. Okay, if you get there on site, you'll be able to see how that recycled items can also be turned into technology, can also incorporate technology in them. And with that, we'll be able to impress more people. All this handcraft as well, handmade, made from recycled items. So I actually had a personal encounter with this child here in the middle. Okay, so it was one of the first few days, I think the first week of the exhibition. This family walked in also because they saw the whale, and they think they were killing time because they were waiting for their next appointment. So this child in the middle, she is I think slightly Down syndrome, and her mom on the left here, her mom was trying really hard to make her pay attention to me while I was bringing them on the tour. So I didn't take it very seriously, but I was like trying to make it very casual so that she can feel comfortable, because I can see that she's not comfortable going through the tunnels, but her mom insists, so I did it really quickly and briefly so that she's not pressured by it. So when we get to this station, this exhibit, she began her eyes, I could see that her eyes brighten up. So she was really impressed by the props, and she was really happy that she could actually take the props and put it on the table, and then on the screen there are words coming up. So she was really happy by this, and she started reading the pages on the screen word by word out loud, and she was really happy she could do it. So I'm really impressed that I mean, I didn't expect her to change, within that few minutes, because she was really uncomfortable when we were at the tunnel, and I was thinking that, I don't want to force her. So just as long as she's comfortable and she's happy, yeah. But I didn't expect her to have a smile just so quickly, yeah. Because immediately after the tunnel, it was the climate cloud, and then the 5R, and then we get to this plant-based station. She was really happy. So initially when we set up this, again, I'm one of the troublemaker, I also tell them that they have to really make the information really quick and interesting, because not everyone has the patience to stand there to actually read every single page. And voila, there we have, immediately within the first week, our first customer that read every single page of the information that is on the exhibit. Yeah. Okay. And then this is part of what I actually physically is participating in. So the entrance, the arch that I would say, yeah, is our how to say, our 招牌, our what is that word? Okay, never mind. Okay, basically, so this is like the entrance, yeah. So we when we initially were doing this, we had no idea what to do, how to make it impressive as all the other exhibit, because our entrance, it seems so simple, right? But we need to also have some story in there. Yeah. So when we were trying to come up with this, we decided to use pencils. And immediately I thought of my refugee students. Yeah. So we have, as we all know, we have Harmony and Unity Alternative Learning Centers in KL Selangor. So I immediately told my students, if anyone has pencils, students has pencils. And it reminds me of our 50 cents, our bamboo bag. So it's the same idea. So I can actually have one pencil from each of my students, so all of them can participate. So they actually really dig through their color pencils and picked out the shortest one that they have, and they actually gave it to me. So when they do this, they were all very curious, what am I going to do with their pencil? So of course, when we have the exhibition, our refugee students actually came and visit. And all of them, they were paying so much attention because they were trying to find their pencil. And still they couldn't find their pencil. Where is it in the entire exhibition? Until the end, they couldn't hold it anymore. They had to ask me, teacher, where is my pencil? And of course, I showed it to them. It's up at the entrance. Okay, so I think I successfully made a group of students pay very hard attention to listen to every detail, because they want to find their pencils where they are participating in. Yeah. Okay. So GAEE is actually an exhibition that is not just for those who produced it, okay, but also for everyone who participated in very different manner. It's fostering different kind of affinities. It's internally we build and discover talents. Externally we connect, yeah, with a lot of different parties. As the production team, the tour guides team. We actually have a lot of Lapusa who came and participate in the tour guide training. And a lot of them in the tour guide training, some of them, they actually come 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, just to make sure they are very familiar with all the information shared. Yeah, so it is really touching to see how dedicated our PUSA, our volunteers are. Yeah. Okay, and then we have the EP speakers, because part of the tour package is that after the tour in the exhibition, we actually have an environmental protection talk to share with the tour groups. Yeah, and then we have also the handcraft. So I would say that within this exhibition, we discover many different talents. Yeah, we have engineers, we have carpenters, we have designers, various different kinds. And everyone, they are just, we never knew that this potential exists, but, they just are being discovered along the way in the production. We actually even have lawyers who can actually be very creative artistically. Yeah. Okay, external connections. We have Gain Green, as mentioned earlier. They donated the wood. Yeah. And then Public Bank, who actually not just only participated in our plugging, but also came to help out at the production of GAEE. Okay. And Tetra Pak. Tetra Pak is actually a very big part of our entire exhibition because we used a lot of the plywood that is made out of Tetra Pak, and it's all donated by them. Yeah, our large wheel, especially on the outside, it's the detergent bottles. On the inside, it's actually the metal frame, and then layered by the Tetra Pak plywood. And then we have Sunjin High School students participating in the ants production. And externally, we have a lot of visits. At the moment, we have over 120 tour groups visits already, more than that. And then we have more than 13,000 visitors at this point in time. Yeah, there are many external school visits. Yeah, kindergarten, entrepreneur groups, universities, government officials, Malaysia climate change team, YouTubers, China press, overseas visitors. We have many overseas visitors. Okay, there's this one story that I really want to share that was really funny as well. Again, me being me. Okay, so I think I remember very clearly it was the second day of the exhibition because the first day was the launch, right? So we had many visitors. So the second day we went back to make sure that everything was all right. So it was really early in the morning, and there's this family member, this group of family of 4 or 5, I can't remember clearly, but there were 2 kids, yeah. So the mother walked in with the 2 kids with their shoes on. So there was this one other sister that was with me at that time, and she was really kanchiong, you know, she was really excited. I mean, she was really worried. So she was pulling me and she was like, hey, quickly go and tell them to remove their shoes. She's like, quickly. And I was just staring in awe. And she was like, what's wrong with you? Why are you like so amazed and like, you know, you're not disturbed by it that they need to remove their shoes. So my answer to her was that I feel so proud of myself. So she was like, what's wrong? What's with being proud and someone walking into Jing Hall with shoes, right? So my answer with her was that it shows that this family has never walked into Jing Hall before because they don't know how to remove their shoes, right? Yeah. So and they came just for GAEE. So it shows that we have successfully made this family of who has never walked into Jing Hall, walked into Jing Hall. Yeah. So and it was her turn to be in awe. She's like, wow, I can't believe you can think of this. Yeah, okay. But anyway, in the end, I did walk up to her and tell her to kindly please remove her shoes and put it in the shoe bags. Yeah. Okay. So with this, that's the end of my sharing. I hope I didn't exceed the time. Okay. I hope to, if you have never been to our exhibition, I hope to see you at the Green Action Experiential Exhibition. Thank you.
Yeah. 感恩 to Sister Jessica for the wonderful and inspiring sharing about this GAEE. Really roaring clouds and memorable, really memorable. You know, everyone, truly to your team, everyone can be part of it, especially in these challenging, turbulent times of climate change. Yeah? 感恩 for the wonderful sharing. Next, we shall have this Brother Victor Jieh and Sister Janet Yao from I'm not sure whether or not they're in Taiwan. They've been traveling, so they are our honored guests and speakers. Will be sharing on air, water, and vulnerability. Yeah. Good morning, Brother Victor and Sister Jieh.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Abby.
The floor is yours. Cảm ơn. Are
Okay.
you now in Taiwan now? Or in
Yes.
Taiwan, huh?
Back on Jinse. Okay.
So you may share now. Cảm ơn.
Okay.
Thank you. Dear beloved Masters and Yen, Abode Master, Global Tzu family, and online listeners, good morning. What a wonderful day for everyone. This is Victor Jieh. My Dharma name is Jieh.
This is Jenna Yao, and my Dharma name is Jieh. Today, let's have a sky talk. Today, we are going to talk about air, water, and impacts in the changing climate?
So the first thing I want to talk about is we are living on the global village. Although everybody know we are living in certain countries, certain city, but actually we are all in a big picture. We know we are living in a global village. It's a globe. That means so that's why we want to talk about two topics. One is what is dust storm or sandstorm? What is atmospheric river? Why we want to talk about that? Why do we want to care about that? It's because we are citizens of the earth. We know there are many countries, there may be 200 countries in the world. It's all artificial boundary created by human, but actually we're living on the earth. Earth just like our body. It's breathing, it's got everything happen, and anything happen on the earth will affect us. So we are actually a citizen of the earth. That's what we want to bring our thought to care about Mother Earth, what happened on the earth. Let's pay more attention on the new trend of what's happening on earth. That's the purpose of today's topic.
Okay, so firstly, look at what happened in this video. Let's take a closer look. Please let me know, what do you think? Okay.
So one day, just in seconds time, the broad daylight became a dark night. You can see the picture that the sand wall is moving in the city like a wall. The local airport got affected and all the flight to and from to where they go got affected. One of the local people said, "We don't see this kind of weather in almost 4 years. This kind of weather, we call it habub." One wife prepared to pick up her husband at the airport knows that airplane scheduled to arrive late.
Yes, this is happening on August 27th, 2025. This dust storm, Habub, is in Phoenix, Arizona. This chart is the chart to explain the formation of a habun. A habun is an intense dust storm caused by the strong wind, most commonly from the thunderstorm that lift a large amount of the sand and the dust into the air. A strong thunderstorm forms often in hot, dry regions such as deserts. Their storm can produce the heavy rains and the powerful downdraft.
Yes, and the cool air from the storm rushed downwards, called a downdraft. When it reached the ground, it spread out rapidly in all directions. As this spreading air called an outflow boundary and the gust front move across dry, loose soil. So it lifts sand and the dust high into the atmosphere. So the dust gets pushed forward in a dense rolling cloud that can appear in like a towering wall, sometimes thousands of feet high and several miles wide.
Okay, from this picture, a detailed chart to show the weather pattern of the habun. The cold air downdraft of the thunderstorm is a column of the cool, denser air and sinks rapidly from the cloud to the ground, driven by the falling precipitation. The downdraft can produce the strong wind known as straight line wind, including downburst, burst, and is a key part of the downstorm life cycle eventually lead to the storm's dissipation.
So we're talking about Habu. Janet just talked about. So in the U.S. where it happened, so mostly frequently in desert in the southwest of the United States, particularly in Arizona. During the summer monsoon season, mostly from June through September, these intense dust storms often creating a wall of dust that can be over a mile long. We just saw in the video. So the primary location in Arizona is Phoenix. It is the most common spot. So small to medium-sized habu occur almost every year because the vast desert surrounding Phoenix has loose soil that is easily whipped up by strong winds.
We just talked about it.
We just talked about USA.
US, yeah.
Yeah, we can see the map show the world view of the dust storm. Is it happening everywhere in the world? Yes. So frequently occur in in the United States, not just Arizona, but New Mexico, Western Texas, and parts of the Nevada desert. Of course, Phoenix, Arizona. In Africa, we know there's a Sahara desert. The West Sahara dust storm blows dust as far as West Africa and even can across Atlantic Ocean to Caribbean. Later, we're going to show a video about that. In the Middle East, we know dust storm very common in Iraq, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia, even Egypt. So let's go to India and Pakistan. There are also large dust storm also occur there. The other place, hard to imagine, Australia, such a beautiful place because they got dry land, inland region, a dust storm that enveloped the entire city of Sydney in 2009.
Okay, you can see the picture. The sands and the dust storm affected about the 330 million people across 150 country in 2024. The picture shows the dust storm in the Mongolia. Okay, so Mongolia also have the dust storm. There are many different of the dust storm. Look at the first see, you can see the dust storm visibility less than the 10 kilometer. The Brolin duster, the visibility is about from 1 kilometer to 10 kilometer. The dust storm is between 0.5 kilometer to 1 kilometer, and severe dust storm probably around 0.5 kilometer to the 0.5 kilometer. Extremely severe, the dust storm is probably just under 0.05 kilometer. So from the color of the storm, you can see the difference of the severity. So people in the sandstone environment, they have to wear the mask or sometimes the goggle to protect themselves.
So when encountering a sandstorm, the most important thing for people is to reduce exposure, protect your respiratory system and eyes, and ensure safety, like outdoors, trying to avoid going out during the sandstorm weather. Stay indoor as much as possible, especially the elderly, children, and those with respiratory illness. And even if it needs to go out, should wear the protective equipment, wear a mask like N95 or KN95 to filter the particles. So wear goggles or close-fitting glasses to avoid sand and dust irritating to your eyes. Avoid driving because visibility, like the earlier video, you can see the visibility is very low during the sandstorm, so increase the risk of traffic accident. So if unavoidable, be sure to turn on your headlight and slowed down. Okay, so epidemiological study in Beijing, Inner Mongolia, Lanzhou, and other areas show that surge in the PM10 and PM2.5 concentration on the day of sandstorm. It is associated with increased outpatient visits for asthma, bronchitis, and pneumonia among the children and the elderly.
So we have to consider about to replenish the water. The water, juice, soup, or porridge. Okay, you also have to maintain the humidity, spray the water indoors, humidity filter, and use the wet mud to clean the dust. Provide adequate shade, wear the mask when going out, and anti-dust wearing, clean the face and the nose. Okay, and drive slowly, turn on the car light. Don't use the external circulation. See the picture, Mongolian grassland is without the dust storm. Dust storm is without the dust, it looks so beautiful, right? But when the sandstone comes in the inner Mongolia, it looks totally different. Okay, sandstone in inner Mongolia, in a closer look in the village, living area, experiences that the stone look like this. You can also see sandstone in the southern hemisphere, Sydney, Australia. And in Australia, you can see the green part of the country is the forest and the grass. But you can see also see the larger area in the yellow. That means they are desert. It is such a beautiful city view of the scene when in the normal the weather. But you can see this different view of the same city, scene when the dust storm is coming to the city. As you can see, the scene is very close to New South Wales, which has a desert. You also can see this is a very beautiful coast scenery in the Caribbean. Do you think that there is no dust storm? Look at this.
Blanketed by a sandstorm that has come all the way from the Sahara. What is unusual, though, is some of the images we have seen. You can actually see this sandstorm from space. And other islands of the Caribbean, it has pretty much blotted out the sun, made it seem like it was much later in the day than it was. People have said that they went the entire day without seeing the sun. One good side effect of all this, though, is the scientists say that dry, hot weather means that hurricanes are unlikely to develop. So while this is going on, they say it is unlikely we will see any hurricanes develop in the Atlantic. Of course, this is just temporary. The sandstorm is supposed to pass through the Caribbean, eventually get into the United States, and that at that point, that effect that blocks hurricanes from forming will be over.
So you can see the Caribbean region is also covered by the sandstone. It is from the Sahara, Africa. Let's come to the Middle East, the country of Iraq. Okay, the dust storm of the Iraq, it is very low visibility. Okay, also in the Middle East, it's this is the Middle East Iraq, covered by the sandstone 8 times in a month. Okay, in the Middle East.
So the Middle East, like Egypt and Saudi Arabia, you can see the city without the storm. It's a beautiful scenery there, but
这样的沙墙铺天盖地，吞噬整个城市，仿佛是电影《神鬼传奇》的特效。这2天出现在北非的埃及。
These strong currents, known as Khamsin winds, typically arrive in the spring, carrying dust and sand from the Sahara Desert. Their historic power is legendary.
沙烏地阿拉伯中部遭到沙尘暴侵袭，厚厚的雾霾也几乎遮蔽了首都利雅得的天际线。当局警告驾驶路上的能见度不佳，务必小心开车。
The harsh winds and blinding clouds sharply reduce visibility and make travel dangerous.
而在邻国伊拉克，首都巴格达也同样出现沙尘暴，有些人出现呼吸道问题，被送往医院治疗。许多。
So you can see in the Middle East, even Egypt, Saudi Arabia, those very beautiful country, but also with dust storm. And from Arizona to Egypt, you can see the dust storm is a worldwide issue. It's not a local issue like in Phoenix, Arizona, especially country with desert or even without desert. We already see the example. Dust storm in 2024 affect 150 countries and 330 million people worldwide.
So you can see the dust is everywhere, okay? Many people in the world have experienced the dust storm weather condition and suffer from it. Climate change is more frequent than ever, and the dust storm are closely related if the drought happen.
So we are talking about the greenhouse effect. A lot of people are not familiar with, some people don't believe it. Sometimes called global warming, that's even bigger word, refer to the phenomena of rising temperature in the Earth's atmosphere and ocean over a period of time. It is primarily attributed to human activity that caused this temperature increase, most likely due to excessive greenhouse gas emission. So what caused the global warming? Fossil fuel, like coal, oil, and the natural gas are by far the leading cause of global climate change, account for 75% of a global greenhouse gas emission, and nearly 90% of all carbon dioxide emission. So these emitted greenhouse gas envelope the Earth, trapping heat from the sun and leading to global warming and climate change. So sand and dust storm, a growing global challenge. 2 billion tons of dust estimated to be lifted annually, over 330 million people affected by sandstorm every year. So there's a day, people not familiar with it. July 12th is the International Day of Combating Sand and the Dust Storms.
Okay, look at that. It is American artificial dust storm. The cloud from the leaf blower. Do you think the man is doing cleaning the lawn or polluting the air? Okay, what's this? This leaf blower ban proposal. What's mean to that?
So that means some community they like in the U.S. they live in very quiet, beautiful community, but because the leaf blower needs to blow the leaf, so create a pollution, either the sound of the blower or lift all the dust in the air, pollute all the environment. So some communities, some people cannot stand it. They want to ban the leaf blower to clean the yard.
Okay. So now that's talking about the storm, not sandstorm, but a lot of water, okay? Let's take a look of the weather situation in the Santa Rosa, California, United States. The cumulated rainfall in the Santa Rosa region over 2 days exceed the average totally rainfall over the 4 months. And you can see from the weather radar, which will show the green color if there is any rain.
So let's see from the meteorologists, they have draw the picture. You can see the chart showing the flow of atmospheric river from sea to shore. And let's go back to to the. So you see the green part, that the weather radar shows green, that means there's a rain. So you can see it. There is a atmospheric river from sea to shore. You can next. So this is just a drawing chart. So it's very clear to show. So when an atmospheric river going from the sea to shore, when it goes to the terrain, it goes up the mountain. So meet the cold, it will become snow. Why we call it river? It always snow in the mountain in certain season, but if there's like a river, you know the river, a lot of water, that atmospheric river, that means there's a river in the sky. It goes along with the cloud, that means the containment of the water in the cloud like a river. That means a lot of water than before. When it reaches the mountain, then it will snow, have a very heavy snow, big snow. So yeah, so if you can see the
now look at the video.
No, up one.
Oh,
yeah,
up one.
Yeah. So this is also another picture showing from the radar. It shows there's no green part on the on the sea. So that means there's no green part. So that's actual what happened. Reading from the atmospheric river, you can see from the weather radar, you can actually see it. So let's see the video, what happened. This is a mountain area. When the atmospheric river reached that area, when the cloud meets the cold air, becomes snow. Very, very heavy snow. You can see the car just got trapped in the traffic, and some car try to help each other to get out of the mess of the heavy snow.
But it seems to come suddenly.
Yeah, and it's very heavy. Before this season, they probably have snow, but not so heavy. But right now, because the water in the cloud is very dense, so the snow is very heavy snow.
So we call this
we call this atmospheric river. You will hear that terminology more and more often because right now it's happening or everywhere in the world. And some news stations say it's a bomb cyclone because it's just like a bomb explode. It's so powerful, bring that very heavy snow. The bomb cyclone swept across the northwestern United States, bringing strong wind and heavy rain, if not in the mountain. But in the mountain it will be heavy snow.
Okay, in this picture, you can see this is in the Seattle. You can see the picture show the impact status due to the strong winds and a very heavy rain in the Seattle area. The falling tree is block the road. So what is this?
So what are the atmospheric rivers? So people have time, they can take time to check the Google or your favorite AI to study it. Where do atmospheric river come from? They come everywhere, every direction on Earth. So this event was happening in Beijing area. Let's go to Beijing. It triggered a red flood alert, the country's highest weather alert on July 21st. July 31st, 2023, marking a flood once in 50 years in the capital city. The rainfall measured the amount of 2 years within 2 days.
The storm is after the last autumn. Okay. Because of the flood left the ton of the mud in the local community. The CCTV reporter report the volunteer from Jieh, Beijing are gathering to help to clean the mud in the community. Please look at this video.
那么大家可以看到，就在我旁边，现在有很多的咱们的，其实他们的身份呢，主要说是社会的救援力量，是一些志愿者正在忙活。当时的淤泥现在在厂房内还留有大概差不多有20公分深的淤泥。那我们现在当地呢也是调集了多方的力量，正在加紧的对这里进行清理。我们刚才说了哈，这里边都是来自于北京慈善这样慈济这样一个社会公益组织的人员。我们看到还有一些小朋友也是加入其中哈。那么这样的清理工作呢，当然是为了尽快的来恢复我们村里的相关的秩序。
So from this video, you can see this is CCTV's report. You can see the lots of Jieh volunteer. They did a very hard job. So from this video, you also can see both of us were working side by side at the community to help the cleaning the slip in the Beijing community. The mud is very, very hard to clean when it got drier. So we have to clean the mud that the machine cannot clean. So we have to clean as soon as our possible the mud as soon as because before they get drier, we have to clean up the area. Okay. So people may ask why would this happen to extreme weather condition?
So as you can see, for this video we just show, you can see the heavy rain is coming from the ocean, moving toward north according to the terrain and the weather type. Sounds familiar, right? The previous time I showed you, it's the same thing. So it's what's the call? Can you pronounce the name? Atmospheric river. Okay, this kind of weather type. As you can guess, this is just another weather type resemble the atmospheric river in Northern California. Then what can we do about it? How to stop it to happen again? Right? That's an immediate thought. So let's give you another example. Tropical cyclone Jieh made a landfall in Zimbabwe in March 15. 2019, and the country experienced flood and sustained heavy rain, which left a trail of destruction, including shelter, lives, and livelihood, mostly in that province. Okay, so as Southeast Africa, where Mozambique is, you can see the same weather pattern happening again. This time it's happened at Mozambique in Africa. The storm coming in and caused big flood in a large area, caused many families out of their place and have nothing to eat or live. Why? The rain can be this heavy because it says 2 years worth of rainfall happening in just two days time. So that sounds familiar, right? It's become a norm now. It's happening everywhere on Earth. So Mozambique is let's look at the location. The Mozambique is at the southeastern area of Africa, not just the disaster, just the beginning of the disaster. You can see the next page. Because of the storm, the warm weather comes to the moist, causing insect growth faster and faster in the northern part of Africa. So start eating crops and eating human food. So the insect moving fast from country to country and very hard to stop them. although it will damage the food supply from the countryside.
So insects are moving from the country to country, northeastern. So where
do the blazing insects coming from? It is because the moist and warm temperature coming with the Idai cyclone at Mozambique affected the northern part of Africa. The cricket egg in the desert become alive, growing fast, become a disaster. So what are the harmful effects of cricket? Okay, that's the question. The cricket will eat the crops along the country it passed through, will cause food shortage in that area. See, the weather will affect people's livelihood. So let's go back to the root cause. Okay, the root cause of everything is why the atmospheric river become the norm, because historical record of carbon dioxide level on Earth's atmosphere. Let's just recent number from 1999 to 2020. As we can see the chart, the trend is increasing annually, but nonstop. Can we stop the trend by ourselves? So carbon dioxide is from everywhere. Can we stop the increase of CO2? But how can we reduce the CO2? So the problem of the atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration, highlight some number, please remember it. So the deadline, the boundary set by scientists, we cannot exceed 450 ppm. Right, what we are right now, we are at 422 ppm. According to the scientific calculation, the number raised annually by 1.27 ppm. So that by calculation, when the number shows, you can see we have only 22 years. So tell this number to your younger relatives. Let them have the knowledge what to do, because we're a global citizen. Everybody has contributed to the CO2 emission increase. So no country can do it alone. The whole world should do it all together.
Okay, because the time the issue, finally, we only can say so that's talking about the 5R. 5R is the most important thing right now. By promoting 5R on the earth to save the people on the earth. What's mean the 5R? I believe everyone knows. We just say 5R is refusing to use, no buying to using item, reduce the use. We can reduce the waste in every aspect of our life. Reduce the necessary
reuse.
Reuse is the necessary to reduce the cost and the waste, and also you can repair and reuse. And the other thing, you also can recycling and reuse. We saw the Jessica just sharing about recycling and the reuse. Okay, so we can. After sorting and the recycling waste that can be reused, effective saving resource, reducing the polluting and cutting the cost. So 5R is more important. Today we're sharing about this. So very thank you for your listening. Thanks lots.
Thank you.
Yeah, cảm ơn to brother Victor and Sister Janet for the really wonderful sharing and very informative about this climate change sandstorm, right? So create awareness that there is urgency in protecting and saving our Mother Earth from these disasters. Cảm ơn for your wonderful sharing. Now it's already 8:07. Before we end this session, we'll ask the floor. Anyone have any questions to ask Brother Victor and Sister Janet on this sandstorm? Actually, very informative. I like to know that all this information, and it create awareness that is a sandstorm or is never far away from us. You know, recently we know in China on the fourth day of China Lunar New Year, there was a heavy sandstorm, right, in China that have zero visibility. Recent days. So anyone?
Which city you stay in?
Yeah. Anybody here, the floor, have any questions to ask Brother Victor and Sister Janet? They are our seasoned and regular sharers in Caution book study online. Yeah? Anybody? If not, we will end the session by paying homage to Buddha. Prior to that, we'll take a group photo. Is it possible? Anyone? Those who are convenient, please switch on the video for a group photo. Anna?
So atmospheric river is also important. Thanks.
Yeah. Very informative. Really like this piece of information sharing. Okay, let me take. Okay, let us pay homage to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha with 3 bows. First bow to the Buddha, and second bow to the Dharma, and third bow to the Sangha. And a bow to our board siffles for today's session. And okay, let's stay tuned.